Tekashi 6ix9ine officially free after this happened.
You had 3 this year.
But also you're on probation, so you gotta move a little different though.
Yeah, shout out to my probation officer.
Now is it true you can't?
Despite a rough beginning to this year, things are starting to turn around for Tekashi 6ix9ine. He recently received some pretty exciting news from his legal team. After testifying against his crew and helping the feds, it appears the rapper will be released within days. We will be covering why the 23-year-old rapper will be freed so soon, so be sure to stay tuned until the end of the video to get the full scoop as we cover one detail at a time. Go ahead and hit that like button, press subscribe, and comment the keywords RAT below to enter a chance at winning in our $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. Now let's get started. Now, 2019 was a pretty rough year for Tekashi 6ix9ine as he was spending some time in prison on some very serious charges, and then becoming a viral laughingstock for snitching on his entire crew during his court hearing. The young rapper would have remained behind bars for up to 47 years for the RICO allegations he was facing. 6ix9ine and his TREYWAY crew had racked up some serious criminal charges throughout the last couple years that would leave the rapper and his team locked up for a very long time. Then suddenly, things have turned around quickly for the Brooklyn rapper after sources have come out with new information on the 6ix9ine case. After complying with law enforcement for months, sources tell us 6ix9ine will be free in less than 30 days. A couple days ago, Tekashi 6ix9ine's girlfriend, Jade, had taken to her Instagram story to post a picture of the two holding hands with the title displaying 31 days, which let everyone know that the man will be home before the end of the year. 6ix9ine's former manager, Shotty, was sentenced to 15 years in prison for RICO charges and illegal firearm possession. Tekashi was involved too, but he was given a much lighter sentence for complying with the feds. Yet nobody thought he would come home so soon. Tekashi was made a laughingstock by other rappers and the whole hip-hop community after he complied with feds. This is highly frowned upon in the community, and he was considered a snitch. Rappers like Meek Mill and The Game had posted memes of 6ix9ine that went viral. The 6ix9ine case was definitely one of the most controversial cases we've covered, just as his whole career was. The rapper will be released before the year ends, and there are rumors that he has multiple multi-billion-dollar record deals waiting for him once he gets out. 6ix9ine's team just posted some new music snippets on the rapper's Instagram and captioned the post, "You ready for the album this Friday? Which one you waiting for? November 23rd." This post has received over 25 million views, and it was a bit unexpected that the rapper would release another album while behind bars. With all the hype around his name, it is safe to say that this new project will be very successful on the charts as his previous albums were. Once he is free, the rapper can start to plan events and concerts for his new album, which will generate him plenty of revenue so that he can bounce back financially. Things went from negative to positive quickly for the rapper. But will he be safe after getting released? 6ix9ine will likely have to stay in the New York area for a while after he gets released. And after throwing the whole TREYWAY crew under the bus, it is safe to say that there will be some gang members actively looking for the rapper in search of revenge. Being a snitch makes you a target, especially in this New York area where Shotty's crew was based. Tekashi will be freed, but it may have been safer in prison than it will be being on the streets. 6ix9ine had told TMZ that he was not planning on taking witness protection, and that 24/7 security would be okay with him. His family also has stated that they feared for his and their lives, and that they were worried that the security expenses would add up quickly. 6ix9ine does not make many of his decisions in a strategic fashion, and this is why he is releasing his album this month. He knows that he will generate plenty of income, and once he is released in a few weeks, he will be able to hit the studio again and work on some new music. 6ix9ine's studio snippet videos tend to always go viral, and he knows how to grab people's attention and get them to listen to his music. There are many mixed feelings on Tekashi 6ix9ine, but one thing you can't deny is that the young rapper is smart when it comes to the music industry. He needs to stay very busy in order to afford the security that he will need to employ to keep his family and himself safe. His girlfriend Jade will also need security, but she is not too worried about it and is just excited to have her man home in just a few weeks. Tekashi ratted on his entire crew and said what he needed to say to gain his freedom. The rapper was arrested November of 2018 on federal criminal charges that had him looking at up to 47 years in prison. Him complying with the feds seemed to be very efficient in reducing his sentence. He will be released in December of this year. so he only ended up serving just over a year in prison, which is a crazy deal when you look at the charges he was originally facing. Many people were mad about his decision to testify against his former crew, but then he still had many fans that had his back and gave their support, even after he had snitched. People had argued that anyone would have done the same thing if they were looking at up to 47 years in prison, especially because Tekashi wasn't really about that gang life and seemed to be just a Brooklyn rapper that was guilty by association. Would you confess against your former crew if you were being charged for crimes you didn't do? Or would you stay loyal to your crew and not comply with law enforcement? Everyone seems to have their own take on this situation. But let us know your take in the comments below. Tekashi and his former manager, Shotty, were charged for participating in the management and operation of the TREYWAY 9 gang that was Shotty's gang originally. The charges accuse some of their gang members of assault, homicide, robbery, sale of paraphernalia, and racketeering charges. Some of these charges could keep the two locked up for max term up to life in prison. This was a scary thought for anyone, but especially for 6ix9ine. He did not want to be in jail for over half of his life when he had a music career that was blooming rapidly. Many sources also believe that Tekashi was actually being truthful, that many of the weapons and narcotics in the videos were only used for props, and that he displayed a gangsta image just to strengthen his music career. Tekashi was respected by many gangs due to his affiliation with TREYWAY, but his street credit completely went down the drain when he snitched on his former crew. Many fans believe that Tekashi was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and that he was just a rapper who was guilty by association that he had with his former manager's gang. Tekashi took to Instagram days before he was arrested back in November to let fans know that he had fired his entire team and that his whole tour would be canceled. This was in light of all the recent legal allegations and the fact that he believes his manager, Shotty, was messing with his money and not doing what was best for the rapper. In the video, he stated that all performance bookings going forward will have to go through him and whoever he assigns to the booking. The rapper was having some serious trust issues, and he got locked up just days after posting this announcement. Canceling the tour was a huge financial loss for the rapper, as he was about to make some serious money for this North American tour. Things only got worse when the Federal Bureau of Investigation finally had enough evidence to arrest Tekashi and the entire crew. Since his arrest, 6ix9ine has been itching to get back in the studio and has done everything in his power to make that happen as soon as possible. He also is excited to get back to his 6-year-old daughter and his beautiful girlfriend, Jade, who has been posting about him since his arrest. Jade has been counting down the months and days that remained before her boyfriend, Tekashi 6ix9ine, would finally be freed from prison. In July of this year, she posted a picture on Instagram with the caption, "6 more months," hinting that her boyfriend would be released in December of 2019, which ended up being true. She constantly posted pictures on social media to show how much she missed Tekashi. She had even posted pictures of them together with Tekashi in his jumpsuit, grabbing her behind to flex for social media. She is so crazy about 6ix9ine that she ended up getting not one, but 2 tattoos of the rapper's name on her chest and body. The posts of her new tattoos had went viral on Instagram, but many influencers and rappers had said that she was only doing it for clout. Tekashi and Jade were a perfect couple because they both loved the clout and loved to get attention, which they were both great at. They were only dating for months before 6ix9ine was arrested, but somehow seemed to be very close. Some people say it's the fact that Tekashi spoils her so hard and even bought her a Rolex and a Mercedes G-Wagon after just weeks of dating. Many people would be in love with him after receiving gifts like that. Jade talks about 6ix9ine's legal team frequently, and she posted on her social media right away when she found out that her boyfriend would be released before the year's end. This let fans know that Tekashi won't spend the rest of his life in jail, and that he may be able to actually perform his new album that he is releasing this month. The craziness behind Tekashi's name and story brings him a lot of attention and makes him desired by many record labels. The Brooklyn rapper will need to think about who he will want to sign with when he gets released this year. But more importantly, he will need to come up with a serious game plan on how he can stay safe. Snitching made him a serious target, and he will need to be very careful moving forward. He cannot appear in public as frequently as he previously did, and he will need to beef up his security quite a bit. If he does these things, he may be able to stay out of trouble way long enough to make some serious money and maybe move somewhere safer. 6ix9ine's album will be coming out in a few days, and he will be released in a few weeks. Will you be listening to his new album? Let us know what you think about the 6ix9ine situation below. What would you do if you were facing this situation? Do you also say what you would need to get your freedom? Or do you stay silent and ride with the charges? Thanks for tuning into the Lime Report while we covered the updated news on the 6ix9ine case. Don't forget to leave a like, hit subscribe, and comment the keyword RAT below to enter a chance at winning in our $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. See you next time!